Hello and welcome to the Armourer with me Blue today, and we're going to be talking about Arakni and the new cards he receives from heavy hitters. The first card is going to be Graven Call. So the whole idea of this card is that it's basically a better rate dagger that's going to be attacking for 2 instead of 1, and also if you manage to generate enough silver, you're going to be having some end game situations where maybe you'll be able to use flick knives a total of like 3 to 4 times in a game, which is going to give you like 4 more damage that your opponent basically cannot prevent, because you can constantly buy back Graven Call. And if you're trying to raise and or outvalue some people, Graven Call is going to be attacking for 2 every turn instead of 1. And because of the piercing, he won't even be blockable by 2 block equipment. Obviously, he doesn't have a negative effect like Scalp or like any of the other daggers. But in a deck like ours, where we're going mostly for like 0 for 4 contracts and trying to give them go again as much as we can, the rest of the daggers don't really do a lot for us, because the only dagger that really changes the map on the blocks from our opponent is Nerve Scalpel, because a 4 attack card our opponent needs to block with 2 cards, unless he has a Fateful Sin or a Sin below, and Nerve Scalpel is going to force them to block with 2 cards even if they have Fateful Sin or Sin below. So that's why I'm just, in this iteration of the deck, I'm just keeping Nerve Scalpel and I'm experimenting with Grave Call. And then the best card basically is Coercive Tendency. With Coercive Tendency, what it does is it allows you to look at the top 3 cards of Defending Hero, put them back in any order, banish the top card of their deck. If you complete the contract this way, the assassin attacks. Your assassin attacks go again this combat chain. So all of your contracts are going to get go again. So this allows you to have some very explosive turns where you're going to be attacking with like 2-3 contracts in a turn, creating like generating a bunch of silver if you are able to complete all of them, or some of them at least. How good is this playstyle? If I have to be honest, not really, you know, but it's something I wanted to experiment with, something that seems a lot more fun to play with compared to the traditional just block out and play a singular contract fatigue Arachni. And if I have to be honest, Coercive Tendency is probably going to be better in that style of deck, where you're going to be using Coercive Tendency not so much for the go again aspect, even though giving go again and attacking with 2 contracts in a fatigue deck is also going to be good, because that's going to allow you to maybe buy back your mask for the additional activation, block and so on. But against a lot of decks in the following meta, it seems like you'll be searching for particular power cards, and Coercive Tendency allowing you to dig 3 additional cards deeper in order to try and find your opponent's big turn enabling cards is going to be very good, especially for a fatigue Arachni, because that means that you're going to have a much higher chance of actually surviving your opponent's aggression when you get rid of their most efficient cards. But this deck is not going to do that at all. What we're trying to do is attack with as many contracts as we can and generate as much silver as we can. The way we do this is we play a bunch of attack reactions, which will allow us to activate our Black Tech Whisperers semi-consistently, right? Because we not only need to hit, but we then also need to generate the silver in order to buy them back. Razor Reflex is something that's going to be an attack reaction and also enable us to have go again. Coercive Tendency, obviously, and finally, even bigger than that, because it works very well with the daggers, because we can just pitch a blue for even bigger than that, and then use it to just find the contract from the top, play with the contract. It's going to have a quicken token underneath it, basically giving go again, and then attacking with another contract. I haven't thought about sideboard or anything like this. I just have like Rob the Rich against against Guardian or similar decks, because this deck is really reliant on Silver Generation, and I'm also experimenting with Payday. So yeah, it's just a fun deck. It's definitely made aggressive Arakni way better than it used to be for the people that want to play it, and yeah, I think that even Fatigue Arakni is going to be way better with Cursive Tendency, even though it's going to be way more boring. So yeah, let's jump to the replays that I have to show you, and yeah. Okay, let's start off with the first replay. It is versus Ligma, another assassin trying out Arakni. He ends up using very strange cards at some spots, but you know, it's kind of difficult to find. It was difficult to find non-Arakni matchups because obviously in this format everyone is trying the new cards, and Arakni was one of the few heroes that has interesting new cards to try out. I'm attacking with yellow Annihilate the Armed, and the reason for running yellow Annihilate the Armed is that 4 damage is still hard to block, and Annihilate the Armed is the most consistent contract out there. I'm just going to allow this to pass. He's going to activate his mask, and I'm just going to react with my Sing below here. And I'm completely fine even if he attacks, even if he activates a defense reaction, an attack reaction, because Slay the Scores is yeah, it's going to be very hard hitting with Slay the Scores. And he gets rid of 2 cards, but none of them do anything, and he banishes like 4 cards this turn, generates only 1 silver, because the contracts he decided to do this turn with were horrible. I'm going to go for Hit a Dagger into a unfortunately blue contract, but what can you do? Here I'm going to go for Plunder the Poor first, and the reason why we're going to Plunder the Poor first is because it's the more consistent contract. So if we get it to hit, then we're going to be able to generate more silver with Slay the Scores, because we now need to just banish a 0 cost. We don't need it to be a non-attack action, which is kind of hard to find in Arakni anyway. We activated the mask, so we created 2 silver, and here we're like already ahead of him. He's going to fully block it, which is completely fine with us, because else we would create more, even more silver out of because of the Plunder the Poor. He's going to attack us with Nimbalism into Yellow Hurl, which is very strange, but is completely fine with us because we do not care the slightest. Because we can simply go for attack with a dagger into Annihilate the Armed, excuse me, into Sack the Shifty. And if he allows this attack to hit, we can use Tunic and the remaining resource to fire a Surgical Extraction. We're going to leave Annihilate the Arm to top. He's going to block with 6, and we're completely fine with that as well. Especially because we have a Sing below in Arsenal. Here we kind of draw a not amazing hand, but what can you do? He wants to kind of revert that play back. But yeah, this is one of the scary situations with this style of Arachne deck, is whenever you have used your Black Tech Whisperers, but you do not have silver in order to buy it back. Here we're going to go pitch the Codex in order to hit with the dagger and draw into a Annihilate the Armed. Here we're going to go Annihilate the Armed, and before Annihilate the Armed, after Annihilate the Armed consumes the Quicken, but before it hits, we're going to play another even bigger than that. And I'm going to bottom everything, hoping to actually draw a contract, and we do draw a contract. We're going to sink that sink below on the bottom of his deck, because we don't want him to draw it, we don't want it, we don't want to banish it as well. So we're going to banish an attack, we're going to sink yet another sink below, so we know that until second cycle he's like two sink belows down, he's going to play Oasis Respite, which is completely fine with us. But it was yet another turn where we managed to play two attack reactions, two contracts. He's going to go with Smashing Good Time, and I'm completely fine with that, you know. I'm just going to block 6, deny him the Silver Generation, because as long as we deny him Silver Generation, we're going to be very, very fine. We're going to attack with Leave No Witnesses here, whilst having Cut to the Chase in hand. So he kind of has to block 7, but that's going to be very difficult for him. He's going to play Oasis Respite. We're going to say Cut to the Chase, make it 7, banish an Immobilism, and the Codex of Frailty, which is sadly not a red card, but what can you do? He's going to attack us with a dagger, play Codex, attack with Eradicate. We're going to just block with Mask, placing below, get rid of one of the contracts, get a Codex of Frailty. I'm going to go for Annihilate the Armed. He's going to allow me to hit for 1. So I'm going to kind of probe him with the Mask of Perdition. He's going to react with Stink. I'm going to say this is completely fine, let me just arsenal this defense reaction. Your turn. He's going to go for Leave No Witnesses. I'm just going to play the defense reaction from Arsenal because I don't care, right? Like, even if it hits me, it's not going to banish my Arsenal. He's going to play an attack reaction, create his second silver finally. But here we have Dagger into Eradicate, revealing a yellow off the top of his deck, which is very, very good. We're going to use the boots in order to give us go again. He's going to revert back the turn. This is going to be kind of common, you know, like reverting the turns, but that's why I've sped it up as much as possible. He's going to block 6, we're going to make it 7, we're going to activate the boots, we're going to create silver, we're then going to activate obviously the Codex, attack with Leave No Witnesses. He's going to just block with double Shred, we're going to Arsenal Shred here. He's going to go for Death Touch for 5. And I'm just going to block 6 here because I'm going to be fine by just attacking, and hopefully he just allows me to hit because I really need to generate another silver, because I need my Black Tech Whisperers in order to kind of function properly. He allows me to hit, I create the Black Tech Whisperers next turn. He's going to attack me with Already Dead. Usually that's completely fine, but I'm just going to double block it because this turn I'm going to be able to buy my Black Tech Whisperers and then attack with Plunder the Poor, and I believe I do have a Shred in Arsenal. He's going to activate his Shriek Razors finally, but it doesn't matter because like Already Dead almost doesn't hit ever. He's going to go block 4. I'm going to go Shred in order to deal 3 damage. Arsenal card. I decide not to greed here on the Black Tech Whisperer's turn and instead use them to block at least 1 damage with them. I'm going to block 7 here, kind of making sure his attack reactions are just going to stay dead in his hand. Because I simply have Annihilate the Armed into Plunder the Poor if he allows the Annihilate the Armed to hit. He says it's fine, but I kind of have a defense reaction. So I'm just going to allow him to go for Plunder the Poor. Going to pass, he's going to use his attack reaction. It's totally fine with me. I'm going to buy my mask back. I'm going to go with Plunder the Poor. And here, after Plunder the Poor, I can easily play Payday, right? I can just use Black Tech Whispers. I can use the Mask and Terrain Razors in order to give it go again and now play Payday. And Arsenal defense reaction. And I still have my Black Tech Whisperer, so I have 6 silver now. And that's kind of the end game I was talking about, right? We managed to be quite a bit more aggressive than him, with like 12 life lead here. And with the Payday turn, we have 6 silver available, which means that we can rebuy Graven Co 3 additional times. So all we need right now is just 5 turns where we can attack him. Because we can just start using flip knives to deal damage with the Graven Co and the Nerf Scalpel. So here I start using Graven Co, and then I'm going to just play my attack reactions here. He's going to play defense reaction. I'm going to throw my attack reaction on top and equip the Graven Co, I believe. I'm going to banish the blue card off of him. Just generate a bunch more silver. He's down to 1, which basically makes him dead, right? I just need to attack once and use the flip knives. Going to attack with Graven Co, activate the Codex. Yeah, that's about it. And the second game, actually pretty interesting against Dromai, because we do manage to beat Dromai, we do manage to be aggressive enough in this game in order to beat Dromai, and we still have like something below. He's going to go for pop the gold, create 3 Ashwings and a passing Mirage, and that's so huge for them, you know. Like if we had like any amount of blues here, we would have been in so much better of shape, right? If we had like a blue and a yellow together with Annihilate the Arms in order to be able to destroy 2 Ashwings and then attack them and have an attack reaction on top of that. But unfortunately we're not. We're just going to destroy a Ashwing and banish an Imperial Tome, creating silver, arsenaling our cut to the chase so that we can hopefully push strong effect next turn. Now with all the double blue turn, which kind of sucks. He's just going to go for attack for 7. I'm just going to block with these because they like almost achieve nothing, and my deck is planning to be creating a bunch of silver. So yeah, I'm just going to, I believe, destroy an Ashwing here. Into play Sack the Shifty, putting Remembrance on the bottom. And him running Remembrance kind of shows respect to the option of us just running Fatigue and putting him out. He's going to block 3, I'm going to activate both of my items. is thinking a little bit. I can't remember. Yeah, Seeker's Myth is something that he's going to decide to use right now to kind of make this 4 block, but unfortunately for him I do have a Cut to the Chase to make it 7. It hits, it banishes 2 cards with Go Again, creating 2 more silver, and I'm then going to activate Codex for Sack the Shifty, attack, banish Yandorai, create another silver, off the Ponder, draw another Sack the Shifty, and my hand looks amazing. I'm just going to be like, sure dude, you know what, just steal that 1 silver away from me, I don't care, you know, that's at least the benefit here, is that Kai Warrior basically doesn't have an effect. Here I kinda have to kill the Kai Warrior. But that's fine, because I believe I'm just going to use double daggers. Oh no, I decided against that. I decided to leave the Kai Warrior there. He's going to attack for 5, give it Go Again, he's going to block with Sink Below as well. But fortunately for us, we do have the answer of yet another Cut to the Chase, making it a 10 damage attack. We're then going to use Findo, attack with an ally at the arms. We're going to find a Snatch on top, we're going to leave it there, it's going to hit. And we are back at 3 silver. He's going to play Tome of Imperial Flame, which is like one of his most powerful cards. Pitch 2 cards to generate 2 resources, activate the Furnace in order to generate 3, use all 3 to use the silver, draw a card. Which is a pretty good play they're able to do. That he's then going to attack me with Ravenous Rabble and everything else. I'm just going to block it this time because I kind of need the silver. And also I kind of don't have anything else to do with my hand currently. I'm just going to attack to destroy the Kai Warrior and then play the Codex. And just find an attack. And the attack's probably going to be Sack the Shifty, because Sack the Shifty kind of is a catch-all against his deck. I'm not sure why I decided to go for Slay the Scores, but it doesn't really matter, because both just target dragons. I'm back at 2 silver, he has only 2 dragons on the field. We're like 5 health ahead. Ravenous Rabble is pretty fine. Annihilate the Arm here is not amazing because we kind of don't want to be pitching for it and we don't yet have the resources to find those Spring Tunic. He's going to attack us for 6, we're going to block 4. And here I believe we can just kill a dragon and kill Mirgai, but we decide to just attack again, and that's probably the right way to play it, right? If you're going to be playing aggressive, you should really focus on playing it aggressive and not waste damage on dragons. Here I'm just going to activate the Flip Knives for Graven Call, because you can see we've generated like 8 silver because I managed to play the payday off of my arsenal. And now we see he's going to play Kai Warrior, but this time we don't really care, right? He's going to go for 7 damage, activate the snaps, he's going to attack with everything. And keep in mind, we do not have any sideboard for this deck, so I'm running no poppers. And obviously it's Talishar, so it's not like the most representative of all. But I'm going to buy absolutely everything, and now with this +1 attack counter I'm going to be able to just one-shot the Kai Warrior, which is very important. I'm then going to use the other resource in order to go with Nerf Scalpel. That's then going to allow me to activate even bigger than that, to find Plunder the Poor. Plunder the Poor hit Go Again, second Plunder the Poor. I believe he's going to allow me to hit with that as well. He's keeping 4 cards, and I'm going to go with like Fleece the Frail, which is going to find a Passing Mirage, which is a 0 cost 2 armor card. And because I'm just going to generate a shit ton of silver yet again, we see we were at 1, we're back at 7. I just used the Craven Call for another point of damage here. And now we just need 2 attacks in order to deal damage with the enough damage with the flick knives. And with a little bit more experience in the deck, if you try to play this style of deck, I believe you will kind of get more accustomed to when to start using your Graven Call in order to not miss damage in between turns with flick knives. Here, unfortunately, I will go down to 1 and I will have to sacrifice my flick knives in order to survive. And here we go. Here we go. I'm going to attack with Leave No Witnesses. We're going to allow the stuff to stay on top. He drew into a Remembrance, so he decides to play the Remembrance. He has only 3 cards remaining in hand. He's going to block 4 with CNC and the Furnace. And he's going to just add another card in order to make it 6, which is perfect because we're going to just make it 7. Hit, activate the even bigger than that, find another contract and attack with the contract, and here he has like only 1 card in hand, which only blocks 1. He could have indeed just blocked with the Asboy and he would have lived, but next turn I would have had a attack reaction in Arsenal together with even bigger than that in hand, which is not amazing, but on top of that I would have had two other cards, right? Because his turn would have been just attack with one of the dragons and I'll just block it with a card and continue pressuring him. So yeah, pretty good game overall. The deck is pretty fun. I don't expect it to be meta or anywhere near as good as Kasai or anything, but it's definitely one of the most fun I've had with Arakni recently, and Cursive Tendencies really helps this kind of go again white deck function a lot better, because you finally have like an archetype enabler, and yeah, it's just fun generating like 8-10 silver a turn. So yeah. Do tell me of your experiences of Arakni and how you see the deck will be played, and if you think that Cursive Tendencies is going to have any real impact on the meta. And bye bye.